Hello, welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Shine, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. And today, my special guest is Adam Russ of Ruskin, Moscow, Faltercheck, PC. So, Adam, welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
Thanks, Michael. It's really great to be here with you this morning.
Great. So, Adam, tell us, what is Ruskin Moscow Faltercheck, and what is your role in the firm?
So, Ruskin, Moscow, and Faltacek is a premier Long Island business law firm that has been around longer than I've been alive. The firm was formed in 1968, and one of the original name partners, Michael Faltacek, is still around and in the office 5 days a week. The firm has cornerstone practice groups that represent all major practice areas of the law, including corporate and securities, commercial litigation, real estate, healthcare, corporate lending, commercial lending, corporate restructuring and bankruptcy, employment, and trusts and estates. I joined the firm in September of 2024 uh, as a partner after managing my own law firm in Manhattan for almost 20 years. I am the co-chair of the firm's Fine Art Law Practice Group, and I am a member of the firm's commercial litigation, alternative dispute resolution, and the reinsurance and insurance practice groups. I'm also a trained mediator, and I'm on the Nassau County Supreme Court Commercial Division's roster of mediators, and I've mediated numerous cases assigned to me by the court over the years.
Okay. Well, so, Adam, you know that I'm a matrimonial and family law attorney. When would my clients most often require your services?
So your clients would benefit from my services if they had any fine art in their asset classes. Whether they needed to value that fine art, whether they needed to sell that fine art, donate that fine art, or if they were involved in disputes over the ownership or authenticity of that fine art. Also, your clients could benefit from my services if they were buying or selling a business, if that was related to or unrelated to a matrimonial action that you were handling, or if they were involved in any type of a business or commercial lawsuit or dispute.
So, Adam, what's the best way for a prospective client or other professional like myself to contact you?
So the best way to reach me is usually by email. My email address is russ, R-U-S-S, at rmfpc.com. The second best way is by telephone. And the firm's telephone number is 516-663-6600. Email is always the best because I'm not in the office all the time, but I always get my emails as long as I have cell service or Wi-Fi.
Okay, perfect. So now, Adam Russ, we've now come to the most important part of our show, and that happens to be the question of the week. So, Adam Russ, this is your question of the week. You have the ability to move one local restaurant from Chicago to New York City. What local restaurant would that be and why?
So this is a tough question for me. I spent the first 26 years of my life growing up in the suburbs of Chicago. Chicago will always be home to me. But I've been here since in New York since 1996. So my number one restaurant, if I could pick it up and move it to New York, would be Manny's Cafeteria and Delicatessen. Manny's has been around since the 1940s. I started going to Manny's with my parents and grandparents in the 1970s. It was a place I used to go with my grandfather quite a bit. And when I was in law school and as a very young lawyer, my grandfather had a breakfast group of business people, which included lawyers and judges. And when I started law school in Chicago, he invited me into this group, and every Saturday morning I would go with my grandfather and sit around the table with people much older, much more experienced than me that had built businesses, sold businesses, people that were current judges, retired judges, and lawyers. And it was just a phenomenal place. On top of that, the food is excellent. I mean, they have great corned beef, great matzo ball soup, terrific lunch specials throughout the week, breakfast foods. And it is, if you took your favorite diner and your favorite deli like Katz's and you made them into a cafeteria where it was literally a pick your own adventure, that would be Manny's, in a nutshell. I,
I'll That is an amazing answer. And Adam Russ, you've said it all. You are helping people with their fine art one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Bree.
Thanks, Michael. It's been a pleasure seeing you. We could talk all day, but we crammed it into 5 minutes, so this was great.